This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, today we are going to discuss about the some of the Docker file instructions. That is the main. We are going to use that in every Docker file. There must be the run command and cmd command and entry point command. Entry point command. This is the commands we are seeing in the each and every Docker file, right? Now, what is the purpose of this? What is the run? What is the cmd? What is the entry point? Why we are going to use, what is the difference between the cmd, entry point and run? Okay, how many forms it has? Okay, when we are going to use the cmd, when we are going to the entry point, what is the combination I can use for cmd? Okay, those things we are going to discuss the in-depth level today. Okay, this is very important. Okay, at the time of interview or also if you are going for day-to-day task in the real time, you must be follow the instructions for the cmd and entry point. Okay, clear? And remember, in every Docker file it must have the at least one cmd and entry point at the end of the Docker file, because of what? Exactly, when the running the container, which is a command I want to run. Okay, that is the executable. That executable we are mentioning in the cmd and entry point. That what we are going to show today. Okay, let's see that. Let's see that. Okay, now I have written one document for this. Okay, and let me show you this. Okay, see, this is the for naming convention purpose, run, cmd, entry point, both are the look like same, right? And when we are going to use the run command means, the run command we are going to use the most of the time you want to install some packages, like you want to install some python, you want to install the npm, you want to install some any one of the software. Okay, httpd, nginx, what are the software we are going to install? Okay, and what those level we are going to use the run command. Okay, execute commands in new layer that creates the new image. It is often to use for installing the software packages. Okay, and cmd can be for, it is the default command we are going to run the with the parameters, which can be overwritten from the command line. The main difference between the entry point and cmd is that we can override the cmd value while running the docker container, like as docker run command, right? That time we can override the cmd value, but entry point command we can't override that. Okay, we can override that, but that is another way. That is we are going to see that also. Okay, we can use for the hyphen entry point, again we need to write the complete command in the docker run command. That's the way we can run. But in the cmd we can specify the just one command. What is the command you want to override? That command we are going to write in the docker run command. Okay, it can be override and it can't be override. That is the main difference between the cmd and entry point, that we are going to see there hands on. Okay, the main difference is the cmd value we can override the while running the docker run command. Okay, and entry point we can't override the that command. What are the we are going to use that executable command, right? That command we can't be override. Okay, they're having the different parameters. They though these three having the different forms also. That different forms are this. One is the shell form and exe form. This all three having the shell form and exe form. How look like this? I'm going to show you. Okay, and this is the shell and exe forms. That's all three instructions having the both type of form. And what is the shell form look like? This instruction and command, instruction and command. And then what is the execution form? This is the instruction and this is the executable and this parameters. Let me write both in the one place, you will get more clear. This is the what for exe form, and shell form look like syntax. This is the syntax. This is a syntax of instruction for, this is a shell form. This is a shell form and another one is the, this is the exe form, executable form. Okay, executable form. And there is the some difference are there. These are all things that's we are going to see that. Okay, how the run command we can use the shell form, how we can run the run command exe form, and how cmd form we can use the shell form, and how we can use the cmd execution form. Like that we are going to use the entry point as well, entry point, shell form and exe form. All forms we are going to see that. Let me show you one example. for example, take a one Docker file here. Keep it here. Let's, what is this? This is the from. What is the from here? The first command of the Docker file is this is a base image. I'm going to take Ubuntu, and then after taking the new version of any one of the flavor, you must be update that if any packages are updated. Now we are going to run. See, if we this run command we are going to use for updating the software, okay, installing some software, that we are going to use for the this run command. Okay, this run command we are going to use for every time we are going to use to install some software. That time we are going to use the run command, that is fixed. Okay, and this cmd value, when we are going to use the cmd and when we are going to entry point, that we are going to see. Okay, whatever we are going to give this entry point, the final output will be print this, and cmd value it will be if it is any one of these should be there. Like whatever the we have specified the last command, that command will be go for executable. That command will go for executable. That how look like, I'm going to show you. Let one second, just I'm looking for that shell form one both. Okay, just this is for just I'm going to explaining the shell form, and this is the look like this is a shell form. Okay, entry point echo hello world name is the shell form, and this is for what? This is the executable form, exe form. Okay, and we'll see the one by one. Okay, let me take write a one Docker file here. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to just take a one Ubuntu base image and just update it, and I'm creating one environment variable. The name is Madhusudan, and then I'm printing that name echo hello Madhusudan. I need to print as a output of this. Okay, just I'm going to use the first entry point. Okay, let me take it out. Now let me write the one Docker file. Yes, it got signed out. One second, and then one second. Yes, okay, just create one directory here, mkdir cmd entry. Okay, now cd cmd, just one directory. In this I don't have any files. Let me create the one Docker file in this. Insert. Okay, in this what I'm going to use, I'm going to using the shell form, that is for echo. This I want to print as a output. This is a shell form. Okay, just I'm printing the shell form here. Just take it out, save it. And how to build this image? Our Docker file, custom Docker file, docker build -t and then -- name. If you want, you can give the your own this is not required. This is the not name, sorry, this name for the container purpose. Right now I'm going to give this is the test image name. Okay, and then I'm going to give the dot. Okay, let me take test. Okay, test is the image name or Docker image name. It is updating first, and then how many commands we are going to give, that many layers it will be created. Okay, if you have the four lines of commands in there, it will be create the 4 lines of here. Okay, 4 steps will be run and 4 layers will be created. Right now, see that Docker images test grep test. Okay, okay, fine, it will come there, those also. Okay, this is a test. Right now, this is what we just created. How to run this command? Just run this now. We need to output, right? Docker run -it and then hyphen name. This is my test, just my container name, and I'm going to do the test is the latest. Okay, if you're not specifying any tag and all, by latest is the by default name is the latest. Just run it here. It is printed the hello Madhusudan, right? The shell form is directly using the bin bash -c command. What does mean here? Shell form directly using the, see here, let me show you. When your instruction is executed for this one, like as shell form, the shell form is called the bin bash or bin sh, whatever it is using. It will run this command and it will execute the auto inbuilt, it will be run. If you are using that, if you are using the like as exe form, it won't use, it won't run because of we need to specify the using the this command echo command. If you want echo command, how you know this is the shell, right? Echo is the shell. Now we need to intimate that. Here shell form, we no need to intimate. It will take by default, this is the command in front of that, and it will run our echo command. It will run our echo command. Okay, now the same thing if you use the exe form. Let's run the exe form. Okay, just I'm going to comparison between the exe form and shell form, guys. Not at all I'm going for the cmd and entry point. Just I'm going to show you the difference between the exe form and shell form. Okay, just I'm going to take same one. Okay, now here what is the difference between these two, this Docker file and this Docker file? See here I'm going to use the directly shell form here, echo hello name. What are the environment name I'm going to give you, that will be printed here without using any bin sh-c command, because of by default shell form it will take the which command, it will run into the bin sh-c command. It will be execute by default, it will execute the by default this command of this output. Okay, now we are running, this is bin echo hello name. Okay, bin echo hello name. At the last line only I modified with the parameters, what is the syntax of our exe form? This is an executable one and this is the parameters. Okay, how many parameters we can pass it. Okay, clear? That hello is the one parameter and name also. Okay, name and hello I need to print as the output. Let me take it this, just take this line only is enough. Just go to here and then open the Docker file again. Okay, and escape shift D, if you press it will delete the line. Okay, shortcut. Okay, escape and right Q. Okay, now here I'm going to run the same echo hello world. Okay, inside where is echo is path is located inside the bin. Okay, now just save this file and build the new image. Now I'm going to build the test one here, test one, and then I'm going to run here my test one. The test one is the image name. Okay, I'm running container. Okay, what will happen here? The name is not override. The name is not override. See, whatever I am printing, that is printing. But I want to I entered that, I given that one environment variable, right? This name Madhusudan should be print here, right? But shell form is printed the Madhusudan, right? Now if you run this command, our first one, test one, sorry, the container is already there, right? Now that's why it is not taking. Now I'm going to take the test 0. Okay, just output purpose. Okay, it is printed my name, right? It is printed my name. Now it is the new image, my test one is not printed my name. It is giving the, this is giving the just whatever we are returning this code, that will be printed as a output. Okay, now see, now if you want to print as a output, like as I want to read this variable also, how we can read? This command won't be execute. Okay, this command is not going to execute, right? Now bin this sh command is not able to get this read the environment variable. Now if you want to that, you must be specify the here. You must be specify the command here. We need to exactly complete command we need to write. How we can write? I will show that. Okay. Just I'm going to explaining here is exe form and executable form. And you need to provide the, this is the complete command you need to be provided. Let me write it here. Okay, this is bin bash. Okay, bin bash -c. This command you need to be override, and then we need to print the echo hello the name. If you are giving specify the bin bash -c command, the shell form by default use this command. Exe form it's not used the by default this bin bash command. That is the what I'm going to explain completely. In the if up to now we are discussed, right? This is what, like shell form we are using them by default this command, but exe form it is not using the bin bash -c command. Okay, this bin bash it won't be execute. That's what we are going to explaining here. Okay, now let me write the again go to edit the Docker file. Okay, now go to this line, delete this line, paste this line. Okay, now bin bash -c echo. Now it should be read the, I'm telling that using the bash. Okay, and this is a bash variable. If you are not specifying the bash, it shouldn't understand that what is this name. Okay, if it is bash, it should understand the okay, this is the your variable you are declare environment variable. Okay, in the bash level I need to read this variable. Okay, that's fine, I will read this time. Okay, earlier it won't read because of whatever you are giving, it's think as if it's a string. Okay, it is like as a string, it is printed, whatever you are giving that is printed. Now in the we are telling that this is a bash baba, we need to take as a, I already environment variable I declare as a name, we need to read this value. Okay, we need to let them know. If it is shell form, we need to intimate this. Okay, now just save this one, and just build again one more image. Now this is a test2. Okay, see guys, again I'm going to tell you one more thing here. See why it is not building again, why it's using cache. That is what beauty of the Docker, right? Now if you are running the same commands in the multiple Docker files, it won't create the multiple layers. The same layer will be point out to the new Docker image also. Okay, it will point out to the new Docker image also. Okay, that's why it will be taking the less resource even. Okay, this using cache, it's a completely Docker is using the cache mechanism. Okay, that's why if you are building first time Docker image, it will take time. If you do the second time, it won't take much time. Okay, why? It is already built earlier. Okay, the layers already stored in the your machine. Okay, that is also very important, just remind. Okay, let me build the test2, right? Okay, just run this now. I already run this, and then I'm going to run the test2 and test2, and see this time will be print the output. Now this understanding the okay, you are running the bash command, right? Okay, fine. Now I'm going to run, I will take it as a your environment variable. Okay, I understand now. This is the dollar means like as environment variable you are calling, and you are calling as environment variable. Okay, I will take that name. Okay, what are the environment variable you set up? I will print that name. Okay, or else it won't be understand that. Okay, clear now guys, what is the shell form and exe form difference? Just this is a difference between the shell form and exe form, not for the entry point and cmd and all. Okay, just I'm just explaining the what is exactly between the difference between the shell form and exe form. I hope you guys are clear guys. Anyone confirm me? I will go for let's discuss about the cmd and entry point difference as well. See, this is in real time. Yeah, in real time we are going to use the, this is a run command, we are going to use the every time the shell form only. Okay, I never used in the exe form maximum, and cmd and entry point we are going to use for the maximum the exe form only. Okay, exe, that is also I'm going to teach you. Okay, at the end, at the most of the commands we are going to using for the exe form only. Okay, exe form only. Let's even I'm going to show some real-time Docker files also. I will, that you will get to know more clear on this. Okay, clear, super. Okay, then next let me show you that you will get more clear on this. Okay, now just this is a run command, right? This run, I'm going to discuss about the what is the exact difference between the run and run. This run having the two forms again, just same like a shell form and exe form like this. And if you want on the multiple packages you want to install, just, and remember guys, in how in the interview they will ask the question kind of how you can optimize the Docker file. Okay, how to optimize the Docker file means how many layers are there, that many size it will take, right? Instead of writing the number of Docker commands, you can put the one Docker command and run the unnamed symbol. We can install the multiple packages like this. Okay, if you instead of how many run command we need to use here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, it's 8 software you are going to install 8 run command, right? Instead of that we are going to use the only one run command for 8 packages. It will be it will work and it will take only, it will one layer will be created. Clear, right? Now that's why we are, how we are going to optimize this. First one is the base image choosing. Okay, we need to take the lightweight base image like as Scratch, okay, Slim, or also Alpine. Based on this, this is our latest like as lightweight images in the market right now. Okay, now, and these are the packages. Okay, we need to make it the all things in the unnamed symbol. We need to make it one command. It will be create only one layer. Now this is the way we are going to optimize this. This is also very important point. Okay, this remember. Okay, and simple, the run command we are going to use the installing packages. That's it. Okay, and we are going to use the maximum in the shell form. Okay, shell form. Okay, and let me discuss about the CMD. This CMD having the again different forms. This is having the three forms. One is the like a shell form, exe form, and combination of CMD and entry point. Okay, combination of CMD and entry point. Okay, how on I will show you that. It's a combination of CMD and entry point, and one is the exe form, shell form. It is a combination of entry point and its entry point having the executable and CMD having the parameters. That is also I'm going to show you as an example. Okay, this is a CMD having the three forms. One is the CMD shell form and exe form, and also it having the contains the CMD and entry point combination of CMD entry point and CMD. Okay, and remember guys, inside the Docker file we have the, we can write the n number of CMD instructions, but it will execute the only at the end of the CMD command only it will take as a action. Okay, if you specify the number of CMD command also, it won't take as a input. It will what are the at the end we are giving that CMD, only that CMD only it will take it, and remaining things are all ignored. Okay, let me, I written this here. CMD instruction allows to set the default command which will be executed only when you run the container without specifying a command. Okay, we don't need to specify any run command. Okay, what are we specifying at the end of the Docker file, that is for executable that will be run while running the Docker container. Okay, that's why every file at the end of the Docker file we write in the CMD or entry point. Okay, and if your Docker container runs with a command, that default command will be ignored. Okay, if you are anything, if you, this is very important, if Docker container runs with a command, okay, the default command will be ignored. Okay, it will override the your command. Okay, if your Docker file has a more CMD command instruction, but all but last CMD instruction only, but only last CMD only it will take, and remaining all CMD commands are ignored. Okay, remember, in this also one of the interview point of question. Okay, they may be having the multiple CMD commands, I can write or not. Yes, we can write it, but it will take the at the end of the CMD only one CMD instruction will execute the in one Docker file. Okay, very important. Okay, now that is the CMD, and this is we can use for the CMD and entry point also both. Let me take it as output here. Let me take, this is of one of the Docker file. Let me take Docker file here. Just simple, I'm going to using the CMD shell form here, shell form only. Just I'm printing the hello world here, just name, just take it as file. and we need to shit. I should be stop this. 1 second, guys. It got session timeout. 1 second. And what in this Docker file, what it contains? It contains the only three instructions. What I'm going to do here, environment variable I've removed. Okay. Yeah, Vinay. I forgot, Vinay. Actually, usually we are doing that, right? Yeah, I will do that now. Okay, I will do that from now onwards. Okay. Yeah. Now this Ubuntu and this is the run command and CMD. This is three instructions where I'm going to provide. What is nothing? I'm going to using the Ubuntu. I am updating the my Ubuntu software when taking. Just I'm printing the one echo hello world command. Okay, this is the output will be print. Okay. And cd entry point vi, the same Docker file I'm going to use. Okay, and escape here. Shut. Okay, these three lines I'm going to print as a output. Let me build a new image. How to build this image? Docker build. Oh, it was gone. Okay, now I'm going to create this test3. Done. That is the where my Docker file is located. Done. Okay. Then next run this Docker run -it name my test3 container name, and then test3 is the image name. Okay. Sorry.
Quotes missing on the Docker file, Madhu.
Your
quotes are missing. Yeah, syntax error on the Docker file.
Okay, let me check. Yes, the copy paste issue, right? Fine, got it. Now we need to build the same again. Sorry, building, right? Docker build test3 done. Then next, I'm going to run with the 3.1. Let me take 3.11, which is okay. Now this print as a output. Whatever I'm giving the cell form, it was printed, right? This is the same. This is the output is whatever I'm going to give. I need to print it in the CMD command. Now I'm going to override this value. How I'm going to override? Let me show you. Okay. Let me here. Okay. Now here it will run, right? Now while running this image, what I'm going to do? I'm going to use here. It will print it, right? Now instead of here, I'm going to use the bin bash. What happening? Instead of hello world at the end of this, what will go? It will this command will take as a output. Or as any command, not only bin bash, we can run for the any command like a ping command, array, whatever the you want to see ls command. That command will override the instead of that command. Let me show you. Let's see the root file path ls command. What will happen instead of cmd echo command, it will run the ls. Okay, sorry. This container name already existed. It's showing that. Let me change that container name. That ls. Okay, what will happen here? This ls command will override the which command? Which command? This command will be override. CMD command, whatever I am going to give, instead of CMD, whatever I command paused, that ls command will be printed as output. That means this CMD value I can override through run command, right? Now the same thing if I do with the entry point, it can't be override. It can't be override. That's what I'm trying to show you. Are you guys clear with the CMD? It will override, right? That whatever we are providing the like as in the Docker file CMD command, instead of printing the echo hello world, what happened? It's printed ls, the hello world it can't be ignored. It is ignored and it will print it for the whatever we are providing the docker run command. How we are running the docker run command, I'm going to show you one more. Let me copy it here. If you're not providing this ls, what will print the output? It will print the output hello world, right? If I run this command, it will print the hello world output. Now if I run the same thing with the any one of the command, what will happen? It will be override the, now what are the command you will provide? For example, I'm going to override the ls or ping or uptime or hostname, whatever the command you want, you can run it, and then it will override the, instead of hello world, it will print the this command output. This command output, what happened? This cmd, it was ignored. That does mean here that cmd value override while running the docker run command, while overriding the docker run command. Are you guys clear? Clear? cmd issue, cmd, when we are going to use the cmd, and when we are, like as in your real time, you have feel like I need to override some parameters while running the docker run command, simply blindly go with the cmd command. And you feel that I don't want to change my executable command, you need to go with the entry point. That is the main difference. If you feel like as how I'm saying this, for example, you need to pass some parameters. Okay, environment variable you need to parameter, like a version number you want to, like tag number you want to pass. Okay, like kind of thing we are going to use for the cmd. Okay, and for example, like as ip address, something ip address you want to pass while executing this. Okay, something your tag number we need to pass, some environment variable you need to pass, and like as one version name we need to pass. Those kind of thing we are going to use for the cmd, blindly go with the cmd. And you feel like I don't want to change any parameters in my executable command, now simply go with the entry point. Now you guys are clear, right? If you want to change anything while running the docker command, you need to go with the cmd. If nothing, you don't want to change anytime, you need to go for the entry point. That's it. Okay, that is the main reason. That is the main reason. Let me run here. Okay, top command. Why I'm going to run in the top command? This process is still continuously running without stopping my instance. That's why I'm running the top command. Simple. Okay, fine. This is because of I'm after coming sometime it's a session dot timeout, right? It won't session at timeout now. Okay, simple logic from Vinay. Okay, thanks Vinay. And this is entry point, right? You remind me, right? Okay, this entry point, the same entry point also having the two forms. One is the shell form and the exe form, like this example. And then here I'm going to, I told you, right, in the entry point we can use for the two ways. One is this is the executable and this is the cmd. For example, this parameter you want to override. In this example only we'll get to know complete thing, what is when we are going to the cmd, when we are going to use the entry point. Okay, let me open our docker file. And you want to delete all the lines, shift colon 1 command $d, delete all the lines at a time, paste it. Okay, what will happen? This entry point, this I told you, right, cmd having the three forms. One is the shell form, another one is the exe form, another one is the combination of cmd and entry point, right? Now what I feel like, I want to pass bin echo and then hello. Hello is the one that must be there, and this world, right, I need to override this value at any time. Not hello world, hello madhu, hello whatever maybe, who are like entering that username I want to print. That time I want to make it, this value should be override and this value should not be override. Clear, right? Clear? You guys are clear? This is the way we are going to use the entry point and cmd combination also. Okay, both we can use for the in the single file also, but it is a executable one. This can be override, it can be override. Okay, cmd value can be override. Let me do this hands on. Okay, let's save it and let me build the image. Docker build test4, just run this. Test4 and container4. Okay, it is print the hello world, right? Now you want to override this hello world instead of Madhu. Okay, the CMD value will be override now. Sorry, container name is already existed. 4.1. This see, I override the hello world instead of hello world. I am going to override the hello Madhu. Now this time I am going to override the another name. You feel like you want to override for the every time something in the while running this. This is I'm going to use JMS Tech Home something. Now it will print that hello JMS Tech Home. This is entry point value we can't be override. Now this is the CMD value can be override while running the Docker run command. I hope you guys are very clear for this entry point and CMD and both combination, and when we go for CMD and entry point also. And I will have the one more example I have. That's it. Okay, that's the main reason. Okay, that's if you want to pass anything and all, and even though we can override the entry point also, that is for how we can use. I have the command somewhere I've written. Now, how we can override? Let me show you. Okay, complete entry point hyphen entry point. Okay, entry point and then that value, that command, what is executable command and parameters are there, right? That parameters you need to pass here, like as Madhuvanda, it will be override. I will show this in the documentation, Docker documentation. This is what, see, this is if you something you want to, let me, this is we already taken, right? Now if you want to override something, okay, like you can override the, this is instead of that we can override for the your own script, instead of your, the script will be run for what, startup.bash, right? Instead of you want to run that entry point your own thing, that will be run this. If you want to override this, we are going to use this now, like that. Okay, this is the hyphen entry point. Now the this one parameters and all everything. That's complete. You are writing the entire entry point command while doing the Docker run command. Okay, that is also, if in interview they will ask that, they will cross question, they will more gonna ask, okay, are you sure to, I can't override the entry point? Yes, we can override. How? We need to specify the complete command. It's not the parameters. We need to complete command instruction, with the instruction also we need to override hyphen entry point and then parameters. Everything we need to be override. That's clear, right? Like this we need to be override. That's now. We can override. We can't say that override. We can override that we must be specify the complete command of the entry point and parameters. Then we can override. Okay, clear guys? That is the main for the Docker and run command and then CMD and entry point. It's very important. Even a lot of people having the lot of confusion of the this is three commands. Okay, and interview also they will be confusing like anything. Okay, if you go for interview for as a DevOps, and also this question is the maximum people they will gonna ask this question. Okay, because of it is a lot of confusion happening. Okay, I hope you guys are clear. Yes, any questions on this? Any questions guys? Okay, okay.